Hello and welcome to the channel, the Eradicator here, and today we are going to talk about Star Citizen leaks. Oh my goodness, it's been a long time since I have talked about Star Citizen leaks. In fact, I have stopped covering Star Citizen leaks for about 2 years now, with only patch notes for some Evo Caddy patches being eventually talked about, right? But that's basically the limit that I had set myself, for myself at least, for the past 2 years. But today we are going to talk about leaks because Xylo, who is director of community at Cloud Imperial Games, has talked about leaks on Spectrum, and so we are going to talk about what this is. And it seems that this is about the official stance of Cloud Imperial Games when it comes to leaks, because there's been a couple of leaks out there over the internet regarding, for example, some of the new ships that are coming up, or supposedly coming up, for the Intergalactic Aerospace Expo. So, in this thread here, that I'm going to put the link in the description down below, by the way, so you guys can check it out, Xylo here is giving his stance, and also the stance of Cloud Imperial Games when it comes to leaks, but also gives us some details about what happened recently. So he says, first, normally these leaks threads get locked, but here he says that the thread will remain open so that he can comment on that. He says that they know that with each patch there will be leaks, and most of the time they are fully aware that the content will be data mined. Well, of course it's going to be data mined, because there's always going to be, Evo Caddy who are going to do that. And I think that when content is being data mined by Evo Caddy, there is no possibility to trace who is doing what. So maybe that's a safe way to figure out, what's in the files exactly, and so that we can know what CIG are preparing for future releases. Here they say the speculation based on data mining here is rarely an issue for Cloud Imperial Games, so it's something that they are actually okay with. That's good to know. And we like seeing people getting excited about what's coming. It's great to see that enthusiasm. Absolutely, they need to have that hype. I can see right now that the hype for Star Citizen is not at an all-time high, to say the least. I think that my fellow content creators will also agree with that. It's just, we're all waiting for 3.18, and it's kind of a downtime right now. Not a lot of people are playing, and there's. Even when you look at people who normally stream Star Citizen on Twitch, you see them streaming other games, right? So it's just not a great time right now, because we're all waiting for 3.18 and then 4.0. Here it says, the dark side of the leaks is sometimes things get out that was never meant to see the light of day. And it says, sure, if a gray box image is in near final ship leaks, then that ship is just about to release and we turn the other cheek. But leaking outdated proprietary work info that would never happen, that is not cool. Apparently, this is something that happened. Seems like some pictures have been released a couple of days ago. These pictures were actually old pictures from actually a couple of months ago instead of a couple of weeks ago, and the plans at Cloud Imperial Games have changed. According, at least this is what Xylo is saying here. He says, this week a member of our team leaked materials by releasing pictures of internal PowerPoint decks. Now that member of the team is going to be in trouble, I think. I think that we had a message from the QA team last week on Inside Star Citizen saying that they are hiring. I think that this particular team here is going to also send a message that they are hiring as well, because he probably will not be working at Cloud Imperial Games anymore. It says leaking here internal PowerPoint decks is different than data mining a test build that they are willingly putting out there, and it's also having a far more negative impact. An action like this only comes from someone who has no respect for their peers, the project, or the community. Wow, that is a strong statement here indeed from Xylo, and it really tells you how Cloud Imperial Games feel here about leaks and how sensible they are. If this is something that they put themselves, then that's okay. If this is something that they never put themselves, it was supposed to remain internal and it becomes public, then that's not okay. In this case, the leaker spread some information, incorrect info, that was never meant to be more than a few IDs dreamt up months ago and since changed. But because the leakers threw actual Cloud Imperial Games work materials onto the internet, these leakers have now created unrealistic expectations in some members of the community, and it sucks that them at Cloud Imperial Games will end up disappointing those people this IAE because of it. So again, Xylo did not mention what they talked about. Now, here are a couple of things that were leaked on the internet. We have a ship from Drake, which we did see at for the trailer of the Intergalactic Aerospace Expo. So I think that it's okay. They've already released it. It's been dynamite. I think that's fine. They've already created a little bit of hype about it. People have been wondering, oh, what is this? You know, and there's been obviously some info that's been dynamite with the name of the ship. So that's fine. But there was also another ship that people have talked about from Rubber Space Industry, something even bigger than a Constellation, and it's something that also some other content creators have talked about. I have refrained myself from doing so, and I believe that this is what they're talking about here. Now, it could be something else that I was not aware of, because I am not following leaks actively anymore, but that's everything that I am aware of. Now, of course, if you think that this is another ship or another feature that he is talking about, well, let me know in the comment section down below as well. Now, let's continue here. Believe it or not, we appreciate that you guys love the project so much and are hungrily gobbling up leaks. So they do appreciate leaks, actually, right? While it's not ideal and we hate having surprised ruined, we know it's a fact of life for entertainment IPs that are as passionately followed as Star Citizen. Now, yeah, of course they want to create surprises, but at the same time, I don't think that so many people follow leaks. I think that these are mostly the die-hard fans who really want to know, but the general public in general do not follow them, or some people used to follow them and stop following them, right? So I think that the overall majority of people still have a surprise when something is coming out. I do, personally. But just as common in the entertainment industry is for devs to talk about things that get delayed and sometimes never happen, we are bummed that mixed among some of the cool, accurate leaks in this week were some inaccurate ones that were from an obsolete PowerPoint deck. Like that they're saying again, you know, having some leaks here is cool as long as they are accurate and they were released by accident or not by Cloud Imperial Games. But when it's done maliciously, I would say, that is not cool. Apparently, this is what was done before. Now, he adds by saying that he didn't want to comment. He almost did not comment, but eventually he decided to do so just to make sure that people do not get misinformation or false expectations here for the IAE, and he wants to also renew the stance for Cloud Imperial Games when it comes to leaks. So there we have it, guys. This is the official stance from Xylo, again, director of community at Cloud Imperial Games, regarding leaks. So if it comes from data mined info from their own build, that's okay, but if it is leaked material that has never been released, that is supposed to remain internal but was leaked by a developer, right? Well, that is not okay. In the end, you know, I think that leaks is quite sensible, I think, because you never know, right, what's going to be accurate or not. It can be an indication as of what the direction CIG are taking for the game or what future releases may have, but at the same time, you have to take them with a huge pinch of salt and never take for granted what is being put out there, even when you see pictures that may seem real, right? I think that we all remember, I think that this is a lesson that I learned from the Mantis, which was supposed to be a robot space industry heavy fighter for a very long time until it ended up being a quantum interdictor, and that was quite a surprise. I had speculated for months about how cool it would be to have the Mantis being a heavy fighter. Eventually, there was an RSI heavy fighter. It ended up being the Scorpius, but yeah, that was much later than that. So anyway, guys, what is your stance regarding Star Citizen leaks? Do you follow them, or is this something that you try to stay away from? Well, remember that we got a giveaway this month. I'm giving away 2 Crusader Spirits E1, one for you guys on YouTube. All you have to do is to subscribe to the channel and answer the question that I just asked, or you can become a Patreon or a YouTube Join member, or join our Discord and join our video sharing contest, which you're gonna have the link in the description down below for a Discord channel as well. All right, guys, well, thank you so much for watching. As always, I wanted to take some time to thank the people who do support the channel, including Dr. Fabing, Geek Citizen, Captain Steak, Zeo Crusher, Wolf by Pug, and the DJ. And it's been the Eradicator. I will see you guys later.